With over 100 and more exciting stories and lores in MLBB, I wanted to do some storytelling and uncover some secrets that many of you might not know. And maybe this can become a series of ours as well. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video I will be telling you guys about the story of our needle master Melissa. As you guys know, this video has redeem codes and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at Kazukiofficialstore.com and your diamonds will be delivered instantly. Luminous City lies at the center of the Monian Empire. It is the capital of Monian Empire and is the most wealthy, prosperous place in the entire Land of Dawn. It is also the place where kings of empire and royal families live peacefully under the protection of the Lord of Light. And in that very city of Lumina, on the busy streets was a small tailor shop where the owner was an elegant woman and always wore a weary smile. She was a single mother who was trying to raise her daughter named Melissa. Melissa was able to learn, understand, or do something quickly and intelligent and had qualities that were unique and set her apart from others. She was naughty, but at the same time she was thoughtful and sensible, as she would help her mother with the needlework whenever she was in a shop. Melissa also stopped asking the whereabouts of his dad once she was old enough. Even though Melissa and her mom were struggling to make ends meet, Melissa's mother always made sure she always wore a clean, pretty dress and shoes, the worn-out parts carefully patched up in the adorable patterns. Being as understanding as she was, Melissa always wanted a rag doll. She knew that her mother could not even go to the hospital to tend to her own sickness. Buying a rag doll was a luxury they could not afford. Although this did not stop her from passing by the doll shop, where she would anyways stop and stare at the doll inside the shop. Regardless of how many times the shop owner tried to scare her away with a harmless threat, Melissa would just make a face instead of panicking. If you are looking for 100% safe and secure diamond, Kazuki Official Store is here to fulfill your need. We are trusted by more than 50k MLBB players from India, Philippines and Europe. Do visit our website and browse between our various packs. Melissa's mother noticed her desires and needs, and one day after their shop closed, her mother made a rag doll from magic sewn together with shredded clothes, which made Melissa beyond happy with the biggest smile on her face, jumping up and down while holding the doll and her mom. Over the years, Melissa turned out to be a fine woman from a little girl who used to run the streets to a pretty woman who is able to assist her mother. Melissa's mother would then imagine her daughter growing up and getting married wearing a gorgeous wedding dress that her mother would make for her. But unfortunately, her mother's illness did not allow for such an event to happen and left Melissa. Soon after her mother's demise, the tailor shop also closed down and the mysterious appearance of Melissa's father, who she had never seen before, showed up and took her away with him. After her father took Melissa home, it did not take long for Melissa to realize that her mother was from the house of Paxley, and that she had given up the connection to the noble family to elope with her father for love, which ended up Melissa's mother and made Melissa an illegitimate daughter. Now, who is Paxley, you may ask? House Paxley ruled over Castle Aberlin in the south of Monian. Generations of the house had guarded those areas for the Monian Empire, defending against the invasion of the Abyss. Many horrifying stories were told across the Monian Empire about House Paxley's use of forbidden magic, and so people would shy away from any Paxley they met. And Paxley is the house from where Valentina, Arman and Gushan comes from. Anyways, back to Melissa. Later on, even though her father tried to make up for abandoning Melissa, he could not give her all the rights and title to a legitimate child. Melissa's sister was a cultured and graceful lady. Seeing that her father was paying more attention to Melissa, and ever since Melissa came into her life, she felt ignored and became filled with hatred towards Melissa, and would often bully Melissa whenever their father was away. Melissa pretended not to care, but she remembered everything that was happening to her. And since she had the rag doll, which her mother made for her, which accompanied her every night, and she also felt that her mother was inside the doll and would often hug the doll and hold back her tears whenever she was feeling down. But her sister did not spare the doll as well and would be hostile towards it and tore it apart, saying that it was not pleasing to her eyes and suggesting Melissa to take one of her old dolls instead. Said Melissa just agreed, but deep down she knew that she could never throw away the doll that her mother had made for her. Her sister bullies didn't stop from there, and every time when her sister would bully her, she would poke the doll in anger. And one time when she was taking out her anger on the doll, she found out that her actions were affecting her sister. Melissa soon had planned a way to take revenge on her sister for bullying her. And on her sister's coming of age ceremony, many guests gathered in the house to spectate her sister's piano skills. But Melissa, being an illegitimate daughter who was supposed to not be seen by others, stayed in her room, but it was all according to her plan as she waited patiently with a grin on her face. She was also ready to poke the doll according to the rhythm of the piano. It was when her sister confidently praised the keys that Melissa poked the doll. She had rehearsed it to perfection when her sister was practicing the piano. And her sister pissed, she kept hitting the wrong notes and finally broke and smashed the piano while cursing at it. But the maid snitched and told her sister about everything that was happening. Melissa's sister and the maid rushed to Melissa's room, but little did they know that Melissa had already changed into her old clothes and sneaked out of the house with her luggage and doll. After escaping one night, Melissa dreamt of Cuddles, her doll's name, speaking to her with her mother's voice, telling her not to be afraid as she would always protect her. Suddenly, an explicit magic energy burst out from her heart. Her dark magic ability inherited from her mother had awakened, and a girl endowed with cursed magic from nature was thus born. After that, Melissa came back to the Lumina city, opened a small tailor shop, and recreated the layout of her mother's old shop. Melissa would always have her feet on the table and coldly stare at the bustling world outside with a sneer. Despite having the appearance of a normal tailor shop, Melissa's tailor guarantees that all clients' problems would be taken care of, on condition that the picky shop owner wouldn't refuse to take requests from you. And when Melissa's client targets came to seek revenge on Melissa, she would grin and make them remember how it feels to be regretful with her cursed needles. Which is how she was able to meet Ian, who came to Melissa to get rid of Lay. This was the story of Melissa. Let me know if you liked my storytelling. Do comment down in the comment section if I should do more these videos and on which hero. And with that, here are the 5 shoutouts from our previous video. Arsene, Christo, Anonymous, SXNGG, and Kaneki. And that was all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.